was it like in high school for you?
When I was in school, I had a hard time. I was 16 when I started selling solar, and I had nothing. I had literally nothing. I was working at McDonald's.
Hey, I worked at McDonald's. That free lunch, you can bring up whatever you want, get away with it.
Everything about me, just sucked. One day I woke up and I was like, I gotta change, not only for me, but for my family, for my future, for myself.
I feel like a lot of people think men don't cry, bro. I've cried. I cried.
No,
not anymore. What was the most amount of money in a single month you ever put in your bank account in solar? So, episode 3. Again, I don't know if it'll be the 3rd episode, but welcome back. We filmed these, every one we've done so far, we went boom, 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 3 days in a row, 3 podcasts. So, least to say is like I'm drained, but we're going to knock this one out, and then I got like a 13-day vacation. But I'm here with my boy Josh. I've known Josh known him for like 3 months, 4 months, mentioned like for real in January.
Yeah.
Had we actually met before that? I know I knew like your little friend circle.
All my boys, though.
I don't think I'd ever met you.
That's how I heard about you.
Yeah. No, I'd see videos of this guy like he did solar. So he had one of those little Segway shits. He'd be like zooming around on a Segway, and then he'd flip back to the camera. What's up, guys? Josh here. I'm gonna give you a sales tip. It was funny as shit. You know which one I'm talking about? You were in the Burks. Yeah. But anyways, I've known about Josh, and I've seen him on Instagram and everything like that for probably a year or two now, because I knew some of your boys. But I've actually known him for 4 months. Feels like a lot longer than that, but it has only been 4 months. It's crazy how that works. So Josh, obviously, if I know anybody, it's probably because they work with me in the insurance space. He started with me in January, and you were still in the solar industry at that time. You had basically just transitioned into life insurance. We'll obviously dive into all that. I like to, first thing, very start of every podcast, just go a few years back. I want to know what life looked like, because I see your life now. I know what it looks like. I want to know what it looked like 4 years ago. Like, take me through high school. Did you graduate?
Yeah, graduated.
Did you graduate? Okay. The last guy we had on here, he dropped out. Shout out Drew.
George, hey.
No, Drew.
Oh, Drew, okay.
I think George graduated. I don't even know.
There you go.
But take me through high school. What was it like in high school for you?
I mean, yeah, just being in high school, I had a hard time paying attention.
ADHD?
I respected my
still
teachers.
Has a hard time paying attention.
Bad ADHD, but, I use it in the right ways now. But when I was in school, I had a hard time, paying attention. I respected my teachers, respected what I was learning, but I had a hard time learning what was going on in class because it's not something that interested me. So, I was working at McDonald's at the time, playing football. You
were big back in the. I seen a picture of you at McDonald's. You were big. You're a little gym junkie now, but you were big back then.
Yeah, I was probably like 220, 230.
Shit,
heaviest of my life.
I didn't know it was that bad. Well, that's not bad. My bad.
It was bad. It was bad. I was like, I'm 5'10", 5'11", so being 230, 240, that's, it's chunky. So, I had to take a little bit of time, develop myself, get myself right. But I was playing football at the time, and I was working at McDonald's, and I was like putting in hella hours.
You were playing football for your high school team?
Yeah, for my high school. No.
Oh, so you weren't good.
I wasn't good. I wrestled though. I was good at wrestling, but I was chunky too.
What weight class were you?
Like 220.
Okay.
Yeah. 226. Yeah.
When you say you were good, do you think you could take me?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, easily.
We could rip a little wrestling match right now. Right now.
Listen, bro. All right, let me get to my story. But look, so basically I was doing wrestling, I was playing football, and I wasn't really making a whole lot of money. And I had a dude hit me up, and wanted to go over, some options with sales. And I was like, at that point.
Where did he find you from?
So he was friends with one of my ex-girlfriends at the time. Okay. So, he was friends with her, and I met him through mutuals. And, I was so down bad. My parents were always like, I got to go get everything myself. Car, phone, everything. So at the time, I was using this little Android phone that I didn't even have mobile data on. I was using Wi-Fi. Yeah, to get on the Snapchat.
You with the homies in the car, hey, somebody turn on the hotspot.
Who got the hotspot?
That was my burner phone when I'd get caught or get grounded or something. I had the little burner. I needed a hotspot at all times.
Oh, God. So I was like, I just had to go chase shit myself. So eventually, he hit me up about that, and I was like, I was willing to try anything, and it was door-to-door sales at the time. At the time, I didn't have a car, so I was like, what am I going to do? So I started off in that. Right after school, I had early release, got out at 12 o'clock. I would literally get home off the school bus and hop on my bike, and I would go door-to-door. And sell solar that way. Eventually I ended up doing that, started making a decent bit of money.
So you were on your bike You just hop on the bike, and you were 16 when you started selling solar?
Yeah, I was 16 when I started selling solar, and I had nothing. I had literally nothing. I was working at McDonald's. Like,
it's crazy to me that that's even legal.
Yeah,
Is it legal?
I don't know. Hey, but I was like, whatever I had to do. And then I was like, first 2-3 weeks, I didn't sell anything. But I always had that attitude, like, I don't want to give up. So I kept showing up and showing up and showing up. And finally, like my 4th or 5th week, I basically set like 13 appointments that sat down and listened to solar. And my commission, like off that, was like $2,300. So after not making money for the first 3 or 4 weeks, I had just a check drop in my account. And I was like, this is what I need to do.
Yeah.
So, then I started getting cocky, having an ego and shit, showing up to school late, spent more time on the doors, calling clients in class and stuff like that. It was just like, something I fell in love with. And I started spending a lot of time there. And then eventually my manager at the time, he ended up getting let go after like a year of me in the business.
What'd he do?
I guess he just wasn't taking care of like the agents, that was working for him. Like a lot of the people, he wasn't taking care of them, helping them. He was kind of just, smacking
sitting
over
on his ass,
rides.
getting paid.
Yep, getting paid. No hate.
Guys.
No hate. Hey, don't hate. Do your thing. But yeah, I mean, like he helped me with a lot of things, breeding me to, at least to the point that I got.
Did you say breeding you?
Helped me get to the point. Help me
when
get.
You start saying breeding you, you get a little crazy. Now it's a grown man.
But help me get to the point where I was like, okay, I can make something work out of this. So then I ended up taking a spot as manager, and I ended up running that office.
Let me ask you this. Let's slow down. You're moving super duper fast, bro. There's some juice in here. Slow down. Okay. All right. We got an hour.
All right.
We ain't going nowhere.
All right. What juice do you want?
Tell me the truth. You helped get him up out of there, huh?
I mean. Yeah, like, hey, Timmy, I'm gonna be real. Like, when
you played a role in getting up out of. Hey, I heard you say, yeah, my manager got let go. I took his spot. I'm okay. I know where this is going.
Yeah. So, he was just doing some things. I was the team lead at the time, so I was damn near pretty much running everything.
You snitched on him?
Nah, like, bro, he was just getting complaints and complaints and complaints. And my regional comes to me, he's like, hey, like, we're getting all these complaints about. How do you feel about it? How would you feel about it if I give you that position?
We'll edit out his name, but I didn't realize it was that guy. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is making more sense now.
Mm-hmm. So,
gotcha.
Basically, that happened. And the juice behind it is that my regional came to me. He was like, how would you feel if we gave you this position? And do you think doing the right job? Me in my head, I was like,
shit, I'll take it.
So, I was pretty much running it anyways. And I feel like
Stop
I wasn't.
Name dropping him. You're making my editors do a lot of work.
My regional.
You said his name again.
No, I didn't.
You said.
Oh. All right. I'll slow down on name drop.
Duval.
Hey,
my bad.
Hey, come on, another whale noise.
So.
Yeah. So I ended up being like.
Okay, so you snitched on the top guy. You got him knocked off. Took his spot.
Yeah, but like even if I did snitch on him, if he wasn't doing his job,
anywhere.
he would. Yeah, he was gone regardless.
Is that what you tell yourself to sleep at night, or?
Hey, like, did I feel bad? Yes, but I had to,
So I need to watch my back.
Nah, bro.
I'm straight. I work.
You're straight.
I do my job.
You're straight. You work. You do your job, and I wouldn't be depositing what I'm depositing right now if it wasn't for you. So,
and we'll get to that.
So, I'm happy where I'm at. I wasn't happy where I was at.
Fair. When you got into solar, riding the bike around, you were still 220?
Yeah, I was probably 220 about then. But when I actually got into solar, I started getting to like more motivational stuff, and I started getting hooked. Yeah, I started getting, it sounds.
So you didn't fall in love with getting better at solar. You fell in love at becoming a better person.
Absolutely.
And you think that's what kind of took it to the next level for you?
Absolutely, because at that point in time when I was so complacent at McDonald's, just eating whatever I wanted, just glorification.
Hey, I worked at McDonald's. That free lunch.
The free
you can
lunch,
ring up whatever you want, get away with it.
I'm not gonna lie, I was getting smoothies and shakes and nuggets and bro, the whole nine. And I was like, Stanley Smith's phrase, but
the whole nine.
Yeah, the whole nine. But yeah, I was getting all that for free, and then I was about 220, 240 at the time. I was like, something's got to change. And then when I got the opportunity, and I saw that first paycheck coming, I was like, because at first I didn't think this stuff was real. I seen people all over the place, 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, 19-year-olds, being able to have, let me fix this, being able
to twist it up. You see how mine's twisted up? Just push it up. There you go.
Okay. So, you know, I seen the 22-year-olds, the 21-year-olds, the 19-year-olds, like what they were making, you know, what they were doing, driving around the nice cars and the nice houses and the nice penthouses. And I was like, this isn't real, you know? And then I eventually got into sales, and I was like, I'm 16 years old. I just deposited $2,300 in 1 week. I was like, you know, this is nuts. And I was like,
you're 19 now?
19. Back when I was 16,
when
I was
like, turn 20?
August.
Coming up, okay.
Yeah, so I got some time. But I was like, this is wild. Like, I didn't think any of that stuff was true. I didn't think money was real. Like, I didn't think, like, making money like that was real. I always thought, like, I had to go to school and had to get out of it some type of way. And then I got into sales. It literally completely changed me as a person. When I tell people, like, only people that knew me back when I was in like middle school, high school, really know the effect and the impact that it had on me. But the type of person I was, you know, 8th grade, freshman year, sophomore year, hanging around the wrong crowd, doing the wrong shit, getting in trouble at school, you know, making the mistakes. I was seriously a troubled kid. Like, my parents definitely didn't think I was going to graduate or that I was, you know, even going to be, you know, maybe even incarcerated. Like, it was bad. I was a bad kid. And it, like, literally completely changed the type of person I was.
Yeah.
So that's why
I mean, the only videos I've ever seen of you since before I knew you were degenerate shit. I've never seen a good video of Josh. Like, 100%. I've never seen a good memory of Josh. So,
100%.
And not like you were being a bad human being. You just didn't have anything going for you. You definitely...
Nothing.
Yeah.
Because I thought I wasn't good at school, and the only thing for me was in life was to be messing around with the wrong people doing the wrong things. And that's all I thought that was here for me, you know? So I was very troubled. I was my mentality was shit, my mindset, everything about me, you know, just sucked. And then finally I was like, one day I just woke up, especially after getting paid, I was like, I gotta change. One day I woke up and I was like, I gotta change, not only for me, but for my family, for my future, for myself. Like, at some point I had to seriously sit down and look at myself in the mirror and be like...
You shed some tears during that phase, or?
100%.
I feel like a lot of people think men don't cry, bro. I've cried. I cry. No, not anymore.
100%.
But definitely, bro, especially when I started in insurance, you know, there was a phase where I was like, kill myself, you know. There was a phase where in the closet, time out. Rewind. Not in the closet. That sounded gay.
You know?
No, but like on the floor, you know, in a corner in my room, tearing up. You know, bro, I had highs and lows, but
right.
That's the industry, bro, because being good at sales, being good at any industry in sales is not being good at selling people. It's being good at conquering your own mind and developing your mindset and things like that. And that is the hardest thing anybody goes through. Like, you truly trying to reshape and reform your brain and the way it works and the way you think is the hardest battle you have to go through. Because, like, you have to literally tell yourself, I'm okay with giving up everything I've ever had, giving up everything.
Right.
And putting everything into this. Right. So, like, you have to find a way to detach with everything you were attached to.
Absolutely. And to just touch on that, because I think it's something that's so huge for people to even understand now that are getting early or are early on in the industry, is like, you have to have that mental change. You have to make that change. You have to be willing to sacrifice those things, or you'll always have just average paychecks in sales. And you see the real difference between the people that are producing high numbers and the people that are producing the average numbers is like the mentality, you know, like this discipline, the mental Rolodex that they're on is so stronger than anyone else's mindset. And that's why they're, you know, able to go get those bigger paychecks. So until you realize and tell yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and have that raw, real change, you know, you're never going to start seeing what a lot of these top producers are seeing.
Yeah. What was the most amount of money in a single month you ever put in your bank account in a solar?
My biggest week was... Month.
What was your biggest week?
Let me touch on this. My biggest month, it was December. I was dating this girl at the time, and we had these company trips. And I was like 18 at the time, literally just got out of high school. Well, I was 17. My birthday was coming up in August. Was it? No, I was 18. And it was in December. So I was fresh 18. And I was dating this girl at the time. They did these company trips for Cabo, the Instagram I showed you earlier.
You wanted to go to Cabo and hit some.
And my girl was like, wanted to go so freaking bad. Like, she was on me about it. She wanted to go so bad. So I was like, you know what? Like, I was like 30, 40 something pitches away, which is like appointments that sit down and listen. And it was like, it was December. So I didn't even have the last week of December because it was Christmas. So I was like, I need to win this trip. For me, for her, I care about her. I was like, I need to go get it. So I was busting my ass, cold as hell, snowing, blizzards. No one wanted to talk to me. Everybody was on vacation because it was around that Christmas time. Like, no one wanted to buy because they had Black Friday shopping, all that. And like, it was the hardest thing I ever did. But that was my biggest month in solar, which was $18,000, roughly, like $17,000.
Most you ever made in solar was 18 grand?
Yeah.
Fuck. Mm-hmm. What'd you make your first month in insurance?
I would say, actually, my first month in insurance, I actually have the thing on my phone, but I was getting like, but deposit, I think it was like 29,000. First month too. And like I flex that shit all the time. I'll post it. Like, I got the Americo statements for $4,500 or $5,400, $4,300,
That's
I was like,
and it pisses me off, man. I love you to death, pisses me off because you guys, your life now is so easy. Like, nobody's seen what I went through to get us here. Nobody. With leads, with scripts, with, training, with support, nobody. And like, your guys' life is so easy. And I was so good at being the best. Mm-hmm. And now, like, we got like George, we got George, Michael, Kayla. We got like 7-8 dudes in the office and girls smacking over 80, 100 grand a month. Mm-hmm. Most I ever did a month was like 65 submit.
Yeah.
And then like, you come in, I deposited 17 grand my first month ever in insurance. No sales experience. I wasn't in sales. I guess like, I worked at the gym. I sold memberships, but like,
you sold a lot of memberships though.
Did sell a lot of memberships.
A lot of memberships.
Yeah, pat myself on the back. But first month come in 17 bands, boom, and you did 28. Like, you just shit on me.
But
you made 60. How much?
This month?
March. It's April 2nd for those of you watching. March 1st through 31st, what did you deposit?
March 1st through 31st, I think I deposited probably like 52. It's going to fluctuate.
It's not going to fluctuate. What you mean?
Like, if I look at the thing right now, it might be a little higher.
No, on Chase. Like, what does it say?
On Chase, it says 52 last time I checked. Deposited in March alone.
So how does that fluctuate?
I spent $30K though.
Yeah, you profited. What'd you spend 30 grand on? Let's start there.
Right back into my business.
That's cap. You did not drop 30 G's into your business. Let's rewind.
Well, you're right.
What did you spend personal expenses on leads? What'd you spend on leads?
Well, personal expenses, not a whole lot of money on leads, probably like $3,000.
So you turned $3,000 into $52,000.
Yes.
Okay. So you profited 49 grand, and then you chose
100%
to go spend $4,000 on a dinner, $3,000 on another dinner. You chose to go and buy new clothes in the Montclair and the Louis Vuitton. You chose to do that.
Because realistically, when you're around ballers every single day, you just gotta ball out too. Like, that's how it is. Like,
but don't make it sound like you were forced to spend 30 to make 52, bro. You spent 3 to make the 52.
Nah,
you just made bad decisions.
I just started spending.
Regardless, bro, let me put it to you like this. You got to enjoy $30,000 worth of life and still stack 22.
I know. That shit's wild to me, bro.
So, this is your third, that was your third month. You started in January. That was March.
Third month.
Bro, I didn't make my first 50,000 in a month until like 12 months in.
So I'm
9, 10 months in.
And even my team,
months,
even my team is depositing.
Bro, Austin smacked 30. Hayden smacked 30.
Probably smacked 30. He probably made a little bit more.
But Hayden made like 30 grand, 30, 35.
Maybe like 32, 35, yeah. Like right around there.
Austin,
Aiden's depositing a lot.
Aiden did 24?
24 deposit, and they just started too.
Aiden's second month.
Yeah, we all started.
And you know Aiden. That's not a dude that's going out and making 24 grand in a fucking month.
Oh, no way. No way, and he did solar too.
Dude's a stud.
Everybody that came over came from the solar industry. So like we were all riding the same wave, and it's just so
they were
special
making like
to see.
$6,000 a month in solar.
And now it's just really special.
Aiden's locked in though, bro. I was in his office
Aiden?
today.
Oh, Aiden.
One of his agents was
Aiden?
like taking a bite of food while he was on the phone with the client. Aiden, stop eating while you're on the phone. Pay attention to the client. He's locked in, dude.
And that's
I
why
love it.
that's why that room produces so much insurance, because he's very raw and real, and he does have respect. Even though every one of his agents that he's working with right now are his close friends, he's very, very, very strict and has a lot of respect in that office. So
no, dude,
he's doing a great
it's fire
job.
to see, and that just goes to show, dude. Like even George, 5 months in, he made $68,000 last month.
Insane, bro.
Kayla came from I don't know what the laws on it is. I don't know if I'm allowed to actually say other companies' names, but quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. She was with a company called PHP selling insurance. She was working at Buffalo Wild Wings to make enough money to still work at PHP.
Oh.
She came here. I was like, I don't give a shit how much you're making. Quit Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh,
I
shit.
can. Bills this, bills that. Quit Buffalo Wild Wings. She quit. That was 6 months ago. She's making $70,000 a month now.
insane.
Michael Gabriel was selling used cars. He was making like $20,000 a month profit. He deposited $38,000 last month or some shit. It's his third month. It's insane. I was never touching that kind of dough ever. But I also was never touching 400 G's in a month, and I just did that last month. So
Yeah, and I mean, I also feel like you personally, out of respect for you, but what you've built now allows everybody in the FFL, Wolfpack agency to be able to go to produce those numbers because you already went through the hardship. You know what I mean?
And it's crazy when I tell you, and I'm not saying this in a bad way because my levels aren't where they should be, but there's a lot of you guys that are probably 10-15% below what you realistically should be at.
Absolutely.
And you're making 100% more than the people at those levels. There's
wild,
people that are at like a 120, 130. They touch $50,000 a month on a great month. There's dudes. They were shit talking the other day. They were like, "Oh my God, you're only at X comp. I'm at a 110, bro. The most you ever deposit in a month is $19,000. Go suck a dick."
I don't care.
He's
what
at an 85 and
anybody-
just slapped 40 G's into his bank account.
I don't care
what are you
what
doing?
the comp's at.
What am I putting in the account?
Absolutely. Like I 100% believe I don't care. You can throw whatever comp you want at me. If I don't have a vehicle to get from A to B to be able to, have the right.
People don't recognize that, bro. They get so caught up on that number.
100%.
And that's not even the number that matters.
It's all flashy shit.
Yeah.
Companies will throw whatever at you to get a good agent or to get someone that, but it's about what
Just
you
for
really
that agent to come to me a few months later.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's a good way to
And then
put
they're
it.
10 times more appreciative.
100%. That is a cool thing as well. Yeah, bro. Comp don't get you paid. So, dude, it's insane to see, Like, there's a part of me 100% that's a little jealous, and it's like 1% of me. It's at the end of the day, it's the coolest thing in the world to see. Because, like, I get to go to sleep some nights, not all nights, but I get to go to sleep some nights taking just a little sliver of credit. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, sure, I gave you guys the opportunity. You bodied it. I didn't do anything special. You know that. You came in here and killed it. I just gave you the opportunity. But at the end of the day, I know there's a part of me that, like, I grinded for so long to make this happen and get us here. So it feels good.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, like, even there's always going to be more.
You realize that our group of 100 people make well over probably $1.5 million a month deposited throughout that office? There's multi-millions running through that office a month.
Absolutely. It's wild.
And we're in 19,
how long ago did you open up
18,
that
19,
Naperville
20,
office?
21, January? 3 months ago?
Yeah.
I've been in Naperville. I had an office across the street. I was in Naperville since March of 24.
Right.
So not even a year ago.
I seen that old office.
A year ago. Oh, you were in it in basically
Week.
January. Yeah. And then we moved into the new one. We moved into the new one like January 5th or some shit. But we had 40, 50 guys in that one. And then we moved into that new one on January. Well, bro, I was like, okay, we got 6 months to a year until we fill this up, and then we'll have to get another one. And it's April 2nd, and we're opening another 9,000 square feet because we're out of room. People
And
are
you
dialing
opened
in.
up the office across from the section we had.
Yeah, I didn't even add that in. Yeah.
Forgot about that.
So we've added 2 offices in the last 3 months just because we're running out of room. It's insane, dude.
It's wild.
It's insane.
It's wild. And it's not even like the agents are going anywhere. everyone's sticking. Everyone's making money.
We're not losing agents.
Success.
We're not losing any agents.
Exactly. Just more keep on coming. So it's like, it's really just special to see, especially implementing, you know, agents that I bring on into a culture that we already have pre-built. It's super special to see. You know what I mean?
And the coolest part I will say about our agency is there's a little bit from team to team, a little bit of drama and stuff. But the coolest part is, let's say you bring somebody in and they're selling underneath you, and maybe they're not the happiest person in the world. They can walk one office door over and just hang out with another group, still be underneath you and make money and just be just as happy.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. And everyone in the office, though, even though there is drama, sometimes everyone in the office is willing to help one another. Like when I first came in.
All the time. Not sometimes. All the time. Bro, you send a message in Discord, you got 17 different agencies and they're helping you out.
All the time. Like I can't even tell you how many times I probably pestered Alex to help me out, and every time he's been there to help me and the team. So like,
no, my day ones, they'll help anybody. My day ones, bro, they're the coolest people in the world. They have just as good of a heart as I do.
Love them. Ross is a G too, you know.
Hell yeah. Well, and these are all people you see. I'm gonna start ripping pods with my guys. You know, I'm not really trying to talk about insurance every podcast and shit like that. Nobody cares about insurance. I'm just literally started this podcast so that I could sit down in some professional ass setting with a couple of my homies and just have a good time. Yeah. Because we don't always get to talk about life. You know, we don't, and what it was like and everything like that. So it's fun. Moving past that though, so you made 52 grand, which I thought it was 60, but you got to do better.
It might have been like 50, I don't know. It might have been like around 57. I'll do better. Next month there'll be, it just keeps more and more.
Bro, my jump to get to 400,000 a month, it's not like I did 250, 300, 350, 400. No, it was like I did 220, 300, 400. Yeah. It was just boom, boom, boom. And this month, it's the second. You want to know how much I made already?
In this month?
Yeah. Deposited into the bank account.
What have you deposited?
$52,000. Let me say it again.
That's insane, bro.
$52,000. 2 days in. Strictly commissions too. I got 2 bonuses coming that I haven't been paid yet. That's another like 45 G's right there.
That's nuts.
So I'm damn near 100 up in this bitch 2 days in.
That's so. And the only thing that's so crazy to me is like I've been in sales now for 3 years, but you've been running it for 2 years now, and May
will be my second year. Don't short me. Okay. 23 months.
You know, 23 months, and what you've already built is just freaking nuts.
I don't think I've done anything special, genuinely.
I don't know what you did.
Maybe I'm really just doing it different, but I don't feel like it, bro. I just show up to work every day. I take care of everybody around me. If anybody has an issue, we solve it. And then I just stay focused on making some paper. Like, I don't get what's so hard and confusing about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I really don't know. It's just, I don't know.
I will say, bro, a little bit of luck plays into everything.
Yeah.
Like, there's 50,000 people, probably way more, in the insurance space, and I was lucky enough that you came to me. You know what I mean? I was lucky enough to find Ross.
Well, I
was lucky enough that Ross brought me Alex and Raph.
Absolutely. I'm fortunate that I found this spot, though, because I talk to a lot of agents at other companies. They're struggling.
How'd I close you? How'd I sell you on it? What made you come here?
Bro, I asked you to come here.
I know, but
we gotta close me.
Rewind. We were talking about it, and you wanted.
I was game. I was ready.
Yes and no. There was one phone call.
I peeped the IG. I was like, oh, I'm in here.
There was one phone call because we had talked before you actually came in. I had hit you up one time trying to get you to come over, and you thought you were bigger and badder than me, and I'm like, fuck this dude.
I had a super big ego, and that was my hardest thing to drop, was the ego, because I came over from solar, and it's so easy to be number one in solar. It's the easiest thing I ever done, because now I'm in the insurance office and I'm fighting tooth and nail to even be, relevant. You know what I mean? So like,
which I think is why we make so much money.
Oh, absolutely.
Is because there's so many people in there killing it, and it's like if I even have your contact saved, you're doing something special.
Absolutely.
You know, if I know your name, you're slinging a little. You're making at least 15 grand a month if I know your name. You 100%, know, so
100%. So like, I think that was the biggest difference. Is like, you know, it was so easy in the solar industry. Now coming over here, it's something more that I have to work towards, like something more that's motivating me, keeping me actually going at it every single day. Like in solar, I was probably only working like 6 to 8 hours a day. I was making a lot less money. But here, I'm excited to show up to work and work 12, 13 hours. You know what I mean? I'm excited to show up every day.
Bro, let me lock in. I'm over here playing with this plant.
Lock in, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm getting paid for it. So it's like, and my people are happy. In solar, like,
Nobody wants to go fucking knock in the
hell
winter.
no.
Come
All
on
by
now.
themselves. All by themselves too, because it was a solo.
So that is the thing I do like about insurance. Is I literally get to sit in an office with my boys and kick it.
Yeah.
Like it's a group of friends, or I like to call it a group of. I seen this dude on Instagram. He was like, "If your company calls you family run, what?" I sit in the office with my homies and kick it
on God and make a shit ton of money.
Make cheese.
So like,
and we do the coolest shit. We do the coolest shit together.
100%. I've experienced a lot of shit. Only being here 3 months, I've experienced a lot of things. Like I told you, I've never ridden a Lambo before, so that was my first time. When you got your shit, you know, dinners and shit, the love pillows,
pillows of love, Maples and Ash.
Yeah, bro, I've experienced a lot of cool shit. Like,
what's your favorite experience since you've been in the life insurance industry?
Honestly, I would say, probably, like, realistically, going out to dinner with the managers. Rob was there too. Like, it was very informational. I learned a lot. And, like, it was cool, like, first just experiencing at one time, being in, like, it almost, like, because I first came on insurance and you took us all out. It was, like, 6 of us. And it was you. This was before the Rob thing. And
that was Maple as well, though.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but you took us out, and I've never really felt like the whole family aspect from anything in solar, because I was always so solo dolo. And all my agents, we did 1 meeting a week, and like all my agents were kind of doing their own thing. Or all my, you know, all the people that were working with me, reps were. I say agents now because it's life insurance, but back then it was reps, and. They were all kind of, you know, doing their own thing, and never was a family. But when I was sitting at that dinner and, like, you know, we were chopping it up, everybody was happy, like, it felt like a real family. And it was super cool to just, like, come on. That's an experience I'll never forget. My first time just having the change of environment. Because when I got done with Blue Raven, I was praying for another opportunity. And then I want to touch on the whole Ion thing, too. I don't know if I'm supposed to say companies, but when I
just leave company names and managers out of it, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Let me intro this real quick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put it to you like this. At the end of the day, I don't give a shit what company you're at. I don't give a shit who your boss is. I don't give a shit what access and tools. I'm not even gonna get into that. I was talking to a recruit today, and he said, "Oh, you know, it's all about what tools we have." Shit like that. Bro, none of that shit matters. I'm telling you that from experience. Yeah. Because there's a million teams in the company we're with, right?
Right.
Shit ton of them fail, right? That's a fact. And a lot of people don't make money. That's a fact. Just full transparency with the audience as well. But if you would have came in, when I came in, with the people I was with in the area I was with and everything like that, you would have said this is a Ion or something like that. You know, a company and like you wouldn't have liked it like we did. I built what we built. Like there was nothing holding me back ever. I could go to the captive companies that pay you 50% and make the same amount of money I'm making now. I would have maybe had to work a little harder or done it a little differently. I could have done it. Like there is no opportunity I can't go into and make the best of that opportunity. The best opportunity is not whatever has the best options. It's whatever opportunity you're going to do the best in. So, you know, tying it in, like you were looking for another Blue Raven. At the end of the day, you didn't need another Blue Raven. You didn't. You just needed a place that you could be you.
Right.
So, go back to whatever you were saying, though.
Yeah, and I mean, like, with that, I feel like in a sense it was somewhat hard. I feel like it was somewhat hard, and it was tough for me to be myself, to be, you know, like, you know, actually do what I do, because my style is a little bit different. You know, you've probably peeped this over time. I'm just a little bit of a, like, you know,
dork.
Yeah, it's just
goon.
You know, whatever. But it's
a little reckless.
Little reckless, but you know, I think that's what
you're green, bro. I know you've been in sales for 3 years. You're green, and you're young. Like, wait until you actually like get your first crib that you pay the bills in. Get your first car that you're paying the note on. Get your first people that you have to like pay their bills, because it's like these are like my children. They're going through, you know, start going through that kind of stuff, and you're gonna mature. You've already matured so much, even since like 3 months ago when I met you. Matured so much, but you get all that stuff, bro. You're gonna turn into an adult. Not that you are now. I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying like you're still. I'm green. It's crazy to think I'm green. You know, you're still so green and still new. You have so much to learn. It's gonna be crazy to see where you take this.
And I'm excited, bro. I'm excited to see it.
But just a preference, what I'm doing, everybody sees me here with these cards. What's Stanley about to do? Your agent, Austin, came in there today, shot the dice with me. I lost $1,700.
Bro.
And you being his boss, I feel like that's part of your responsibility. So
Listen.
I'm about to take that 17 back.
Listen,
I'm really
bro.
hurting.
Listen, hey, on the record, I want y'all to know I've never gambled in my life. Actually, I've maybe played like left, right, center with my family on Christmas.
With the quarters?
Yeah, with the quarters.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
That's fun, though.
It's a fun game. That's probably all I've done. No gambling.
Hey,
So
you know me. I like to gamble. I'm taking his money. I need my money back.
Hey,
I need that revenge. So, you know how to play blackjack? You know, like the basic concept?
no,
We can do a high card.
I'll do a hard card. I'll do a high card.
You'll do a high card?
Yeah.
All right. Let's set this up. Slide this way a little bit. Yeah, boom. And then we'll just move this table.
Are we good?
Try to still talking to the mic.
Are we good right here?
How you want to do it? You want to just lay the cards out there and you just pick one? We'll do something like this.
Yeah. You're marking them.
$100. We can do $100 hands.
I guess, bro.
Just for the quicks. $100 hands.
I guess, bro. I
We'll
guess.
go until all cards are gone. That's 52 hands. So potentially the most you'll lose is 5,200.
Oh, bro, you're tripping.
But it's 50-50 odds. I just need my 1,700 back. All right. First pull. Pull one. Why you go from the same spot I'm going from?
Cuz.
All right. For 100?
Yep, the ace. Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, you got to show them. That's some bullshit. That's like you
Hey.
pull a queen, you know you won.
Hey,
all right, you're up 100. Put them over there.
Okay.
Up 100.
Okay.
Fuck that. I'm cooked.
Hey, up another 100.
All right.
Okay, I love taking Mr. Smith's money.
You took enough of my money already, man. Shit. Oh, you're not beating this.
What you got?
What do you got? Oh, wait. Show me. Ace is a 1 in high
take
card.
those
by the way.
cards?
High
Oh,
card,
it
ace
is?
is a 1. Yep. So you're up 100.
2 to 1 or 1 to 1?
2 to 1.
Oh, okay.
You're up 100.
All right,
I got you.
3. All right.
Easy one. All right.
Squash. Okay.
200 a hand now. Might as well up to 6. No, I'm still 100. Come on. I need my 1,700 back, bro.
All right, bro.
I'm about to go on a heater right here. You ready?
Yeah.
Ooh, smacked him. 8, 9?
9.
Easy one. Okay, I'm up 100 now.
All right, bro. See, this is where.
No, bro, we're already. Look. There was 52 cards. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Stanley's a gambler.
9, 10,
I don't know if
There's
y'all
only
peeped.
42 cards left.
He's
They
a
know, bro. They're gonna see that podcast with Drew. They'll hear about it.
Yeah, Stanley's a gambler.
Oh, you're not beating this either.
Bro, come on.
GG's. Hey, spanked him. I'm up 200 now.
Yeah.
All right. One hand, you can win your 200 back right here. Just this hand.
One
for
200 hand?
Yep.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Bang.
I got a 2, bro. All right, we're even. 200 again?
Why not?
All right, bet.
All right.
GG's.
GG's.
No, we got a
Hey,
double
watch.
then. 400 hand right here.
400 hand.
Yeah, we got it. Always double after a push.
All right.
Oh,
What you got?
oh.
What you?
I think I just took him for 4.
What?
You got a king.
What'd you get?
Let me see. You're fucking kidding.
Hey, what'd you get?
A jack. I did not.
Wait, so I'm up 4?
Yeah,
Hey,
up
yeah,
400.
that.
All right, 400 a hand right here.
No. 100.
200?
100.
200.
100.
I gotta win my money back. 200 is fair.
Bro, come on.
200. Fuck.
What'd you get?
3.
6. So I'm up 600?
600, yeah.
Hey.
Ain't no way I go out like this.
What you got?
Fuck. What do you got?
What'd you get?
No, 5.
4.
Okay. Now you're up 400.
That's so shitty. Let me get loose on this card.
Fuck me.
What'd you get?
5.
6.
You gotta be kidding.
So I'm at 600?
Yeah. Oh my god. This is just bad pull after
What'd you
bet
get?
4.
6. So what
You're
am
up
I at?
800.
Hey.
This is a bad day. I will say I was down. I was playing a face up Texas
Wait,
Hold'em.
how did you lose $1,700 to Austin?
Shooting dice.
You just kept shooting and losing?
Yeah, higher amounts, you know.
You know.
Fuck.
What'd you get?
I said aces are 1s.
Yep. 9.
All right.
I'm
up
up
12.
I'm up 1,200.
A little $500 hand right here.
I'm up 1,200 right now?
Yep.
Is that the right math?
Yeah. Well, you're doing it right, bro. You gotta rub it in. Little 500 right here.
Nah.
Yeah.
Two.
4 at least.
4. All right.
All right. Fuck.
What'd you get?
3.
8.
So you're up 16.
Ooh.
Another 400 puts you at 2 bands. Might as well.
Nah.
I got the cash right here.
What'd you get?
5.
8.
Dude, I cannot.
What am I at? 20.
2 G's.
Hey.
Now we can start ripping $1,000
Hey, you
hands.
see how fast I just ripped Stanley Smith?
Now play for some money.
No.
$500 hands then, until the cards are gone.
No.
500 pop till the cards are gone. Come on.
No. I'll do
400.
I'll do 2 here.
We were just doing 4. You can't go down to 2.
All right, I'll do 4.
All right, come on. 7.
4.
There we go.
Fuck, I'm 16.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. We didn't even check our cards there. That was bad. All right, we're back. There were some technical difficulties. I don't know what you missed or anything like that. Josh is up $2,400. I've been pulling 5s the entire night. And aces 1. So
The Ace Smith.
But
The Ace Smith.
if there's one thing you know about me, I'm a professional winner and I'm getting that shit back. So $1,000 hands right here. Come on.
Whoa.
Just one hand for a band and we'll go from there. After just 500? 800 because the math on
I'll do 600.
Hear me out.
I'll do 600.
Hear me out. The math on 800 is 8, 1,600, 2,400. You're up 2,400. That's perfect math.
Okay, so if I win this, I'll be at 3 bands.
3,200.
All right, pull my shit.
All right, let's go. Oh, GG's.
What'd you get?
Jack.
Wah.
Okay, finally. Okay.
So what am I at now?
16.
I'm not a huge math guy. Like I said, I wasn't good in school, but
1,600.
Yeah.
I'm great with numbers.
I'm not a numbers guy.
Oh. 10. There we go, baby.
Shit, what am I at?
800.
All right, $400 hand.
400?
Yeah.
All right. Ooh.
Oh my God.
10? You can beat it?
Oh my
What is it?
God. Oh. All right, one more $400 hand.
Ooh. Good game, buddy. Good game. Can't beat that, pal.
Oh my God, already broke even? What?
Just like that. That's why you don't. You can't, when you gamble, especially like when it's one-on-one, obviously against the casino, you can't play the casino. You got to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I'm playing you, I'm not playing the game. I'm just playing you. Obviously, there's a little bit of luck in it. Like I got you to bet big enough for me to come back. So what do you want here then? We're even. We're even.
Yeah.
There's 2, 4, 6. There's 3 hands left. What do you want to play? We'll set a band a hand.
No, band this hand.
Right here.
Yeah, we're flat. We're even.
All right.
That was my card. All right, come on.
Fuck.
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
Is it high or low?
What'd you get? Oh, fuck me, bro.
All
right, one more band. Come on, one more band.
He was just talking about that shit. He was up 2,400. Now he's down.
One more band.
Nah, $100.
One more band.
Nah, $100. You see how that feels? Exactly. All right, I'll take you for a band real quick.
What do you get?
3.
Jack. All right,
we're even. Last band right here. Which card do you want? Which one do you want, left or right? Oh! Dude, last card he gets is a sidewalk out of here. Silent Leo Austin 700 now.
Oh my God.
Just like that, that's how you gamble. All right, anyways, lock back in. We're not going to gamble the whole segment, but
I see why Stanley likes gambling.
Dude,
I just don't know how he ran you in dice for 1,700. That's
so we were playing this game 4, 5, 6. So if you roll a 4, 5, 6, there's 3 dice. If you roll a 4, a 5, and a 6, you automatically win. I kid you not. Bro walks in, $500 a roll. First roll. He doesn't even know how to play. He goes, I don't know how to play. Just teach me. I'm like, all right, just roll the dice. I'll tell you if you win or lose. First roll, 4, 5, 6. I'm down 500.
No way.
Okay. And then the opposite of 4, 5, 6 is 1, 2, 3. So if you roll a 1, 2, 3, you automatically lose. All right, next one. He's like, oh, I'm up 500. He's all hyped. He doesn't want to play for the whole 5. So we're like, all right, we're playing.
I'm already knowing.
We're playing for 200. You know, he's stingy. He's like you. They like to keep their money. So I get the dice. Boom. Crack him. First roll. 1, 2, 3. Automatically lose. Yeah. And then I rolled like a 1 and he rolled like a 5. And then last 2 rolls back to back 4, 5, 6s by him. So he was just smacking shit, bro. Beginner's luck or something. I don't even know.
Had to, man. That's wild though. Yeah.
So you don't know poker, nothing?
No, but I've been meaning to ask you about this. And you might have touched on it in the last pod, but how did you run the casino for $300,000?
Blackjack, bro. Blackjack.
You tell me you played blackjack all the way up to $300,000.
I played blackjack all the way up to $380,000 and lost the 380 all the way down to like 70,000, and I was playing $60,000 hands. So I'm playing I'm betting fucking brand new cars every hand, right?
Bro.
And so I got 60 G's out there and I got 10 grand in my pocket. That's all I got. After being up 380, I was devastated. I thought it was over. Boom, smacked that bitch. So then I had 130, and then I ran that 130 back up to like 312, gambled the 12, left with 300.
Bro, that's just wild.
That's
insane.
I wish I could sit here and tell you I make good decisions with the money. I'm not gonna say too much because we already talked about it on one. You're just gonna have to watch the podcast, bro. I break down the entire story. It was a wild ride.
Where's the 300 now?
It was a wild ride.
I guess I'll tap into the podcast.
Just say episode 1, two. Yeah. Episode 2. Go and watch it.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna the name of the podcast. Go to we're just gonna start inserting names once we edit it because we don't have a name yet. So that's what we're rolling with.
Your podcast is that name?
No, we just started filming.
What do you want it to be?
I don't know, because I'm still trying to figure out what I want the actual brand of the podcast to be. When I talked with George, we dove into his high school, we dove into him getting into sales, dove into experiences like we talked about. Because, one thing I tell people, and when I say this, I want to make this very clear. I'm not worried about losing it because not of the fact that I don't think I can lose it. I'm not dumb enough to say that. I'm not naive enough to say that my ego is not big enough. I know I could lose this any day. Just full transparency. That's how the business works. I could wake up one day, it could all be over, right? Best part about it is I know that if that day was to ever come, I could do it again. So when I say I don't have a fear of losing it, I'm not saying I don't have the fear that it'll never be lost. I don't have the fear because it's nothing to worry about. If it happens, bro, I'll run it back up. And I keep my bills low enough to know that I could get back on the phones at any given time and make the amount of money I need to make. And then on top of that, I'm so fucking thankful, bro. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. The money's cool, the income's cool, the business is cool. I'm thankful to have been able to experience this, bro. There's so many people that have never stepped foot in a Lamborghini. I own one. There's so many people that have never even seen what a penthouse looks like. I've had 3. There's so many people that have never even touched 400,000 in a year. I touch it in a month. So when I say I am so fucking blessed to be able to walk this earth and just live. There's so many people that live for 80, 90 years, but never actually got to live for a single day. And there's a lot of people that live for 80, 90 years and maybe get to live a year or 2 out of their life. 100%. And I'm thankful that every single day I get to wake up. I'm thankful every single day I get to wake up and genuinely live life. So, bro, even if it all came crashing down or everything like that, I'm so fucking blessed to be here, bro.
Live in the moment.
Right now, right here with you on this podcast is a blessing. And I'm so happy for that. So it's fucking amazing, bro. It truly is. And then same thing with the casino. The 300,000's gone. I made bad decisions with it. Whatever. I got to experience that shit. You know how many people gamble? They lose their fucking house. They lose everything. They fucking go broke and shit. I got to win. Not many people get to walk into a casino and win. So that was dope to see.
That's fire.
And that's why a lot of the we were talking about what I want this podcast to be, what I want to name it. George, we talked about experiences and him getting into sales and mindset and stuff. Drew, I got to kick back, smoke a blunt, talk about my him just being a really close friend. We're really good friends. With you, I've got to kind of dive into another sales industry and stuff like that. So I don't have an idea of where we're going with this. And I'm sure once we get big enough, I'll just start asking, leave in the comments what you want to see, what you want me to talk about, because I'm an open book. I'll talk about anything you want, but we'll figure it out eventually. We can come up with a cool name, something like If Sam Was Rich,
Yeah, fire. Yeah, because I feel like it's definitely be something cool to see the raw, uncut Stanley Smith, especially starting off early on.
Yeah.
Before you end up getting big on the podcast and stuff. A lot of this real raw shit right
Here's
now.
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do you a favor. You're down a band right now. I don't want to leave taking a band off you. So I'm gonna be generous enough to play you $1,000, one hand of blackjack. Give you that opportunity.
I don't know how to play blackjack.
I'm gonna teach you. That's the best part about it.
All right, let's ride.
And the audience will tell us whether you made the right decision or not. So you cut it.
Probably not.
After shuffled, go ahead and cut them. So just choose any depth in this stack and take half of it off.
Any depth in this stack.
Yep. Just take.
I keep it. Do I look at it?
Boom. So just like that, you put that on the bottom. Now in blackjack, when you shuffle and then after you cut, you burn one card. So the burn card is a jack of hearts. And now we play. I deal you one face up, me one face down, you one face up, me one face up. So technically anything that a dealer shows, so with the dealer having a face card down, you always assume this is a 10. So anything that's 6 or lower, so a dealer has to hit on anything lower than a 17, right? So I got a 2, you automatically assume that's a 12. So I have the potential to bust, because if I flip a 10, then I bust, right? Mm-hmm. And you have a 15, so there's only 6 cards in the entire.
So I can hit or stay.
Exactly, but there's only 6 cards in the entire deck that could save you, whereas like there's 10 that could hurt me, right? So it's like you probably stand a 15 versus a 2. 2 suck though. It's like my least favorite card for a dealer to flip. Okay. So 15, 7, 8, I'm probably standing that against. I'm 100% standing that against a 2.
Okay.
So an ace is a 1 or a 3. So right now I have 3 or 13. I flip a 7. Unfortunately, I have 20. Now you're down $2,000.
Hey, that happened quick. Okay, but it makes sense. It makes sense. You got the hang
of it now? Okay, so I'm gonna be super generous and not count that hand because it was a new one. Okay. So I'll let you play here.
All right, love.
So you got a 2 and an 8. Okay, so here's the problem now.
So does technically you have the better
I think I have a 1% odd. I think it's like 51-49. So I have a 1% edge. But here we are. So
the dealer has a better edge usually.
Yes, always. They wouldn't be a casino if we were just going in there running them. Absolutely. But hear me out. You got an 8 and a 2. So you have a 10 versus a 6. This is the most likely card in the entire game for me to bust. So we're playing for a ban. You double it.
So this is what you were running the 300K off.
Yes.
Okay, makes sense. Because you know this game.
Because now I got a band in there, but I have the opportunity, knowing that this is a terrible card, to add another band in right now. So you can play me right now for $2,000. You double it. Mm-hmm. And then you want to double it?
If I add a band in?
Yeah, that's the best opportunity to do is add it. I'm not trying to like cheese you out of $3,000.
Okay, all right. Come on.
So you want it face down. That's how I play mine. You can play it face up. You can see it. I like the anxious side. Okay. So boom, I flip a jack.
Oh shit.
Bam. So 9. So now I have 25. I bust. You automatically win. Let's see what your down card was.
Jack? Huh? Well, why'd you hit again? You're at 16.
I have to. Dealer has to hit on anything under 17, right? And you flipped a king. So you had 20 versus my 25. I bust. You win. You just won $2,000, and I was down.
Okay.
So you're up a band now, technically.
All right. So let me run it back.
You want to keep going?
Yeah. All right. I just want to see because I'd be like.
All right, but that was me being nice. Now I'm gonna take your money now. You're cool with that, right? Hey. Let's see what we can get up to here.
All right, bro.
Nah, you're straight. So you got 8 and 9, so 17 and a 3 showing. Stand that.
So I got 17. I'm gonna stand, right?
Boom. You're catching on exactly. And see now I have 13, so 18. So I beat you. So we're even now. We're even.
What?
Bro, I'm gonna make you before you turn 21 and fall in love with gambling. Bro, we could go to Oklahoma. We can take a boys trip to Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, you only got to be 18 to gamble.
Hey, we got to lock in.
We can do no, because we're trying to lock in. That's work. All right, so we're even right now. You want to keep going?
Yeah.
All right, I like that. For how much? You choose the dollar amount. I don't want to take
500.
500. All right. You made $52,000 last month. You're straight.
Bro, I'm very, very, very stingy with my finances.
Okay, so now you got a 13 versus a 3. So hear me out. Typically, it would be a hit if I had anything over a 7. But because I have to keep hitting, you want to think about, what if I bust? Right? Because if you take a hit right here and you get anything, you get a 9, 10, jack, queen, king, you lose. You busted. Automatically before I even flip anything. So it's like, do you want to take the risk of busting, or do you want me to take that risk? That's how blackjack works.
If you take that risk, can I go again or no?
No. Once you make your decision, it's the dealer's turn.
All right.
But it's up to you. You want to hit or stand?
It makes more sense to stay because you have to.
Exactly.
Okay.
So stay?
Yeah.
So boom. See, exactly. Now I have the exact same hand you have. So that's 14. And then boom, jack, I bust. So you would have bust there. You get what I'm saying?
I would have bust.
If you would have hit, but you stayed. So I bust. Now you're up. You're up $500.
But why did you hit again?
I have to. Dealer has to.
Yeah. So okay, that makes sense. If it's underneath 17.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to play blackjack. So you got an 8. I got a 3.
Why does the dealer have to bust? That gives him less. That gives him less of an advantage. Dealer have.
Dealer
have.
Bro, I don't know. I didn't make the game. I just know how to play sometimes good, sometimes not so good.
That's just interesting.
But, bro, you got to think, like, yes, I won 400 grand. I've also, like, in one night lost 90 grand.
Yeah.
And that's cash. That's, like, my money. 90 G's gone. So.
Are you sad?
No, not at all. I'm not attached to the money.
Yeah, you told me that.
Bro, if you hold on to your money, how are you going to pick up more? Right?
Yeah.
You can start holding on to shit. Once you hold on to so much, you can't pick up more. So I'm always letting go of shit to let new opportunities and new money come in.
100%.
So you got a 17 versus a 3 here. What do you want to do?
Stay.
Good call. I got a 7, 14. Too many, I bust. You're up 1,000.
Fire. Hey, that's quick.
You understand how it works now?
Yeah, I understand.
All right, perfect. Let's go then. You're up a band. You ready?
Yeah, what are we playing here?
500, no?
Okay.
So you got a 9 versus 6?
Probably.
So now anything under an 11, you can't bust, you always hit. But you have an opportunity here to double as well. 9s, the only card I'd ever double a 9 or an 8 against is the 6.
Bro, this game is
But
confusing.
the rule book says just a hit there. I don't listen to the rule book. I like my money. I'm trying to win big, so I'm doubling it.
What in doubling it? What is
That means you get one more card, it's a hit, but you double the amount of money you played.
All right, double it.
Face down?
Yeah.
All right. So, boom, I flipped another 6, I got 12.
Can't you split those?
No, I can't. I'm dealer. So I got 22. I bust.
Oh.
So and you got 14, but I bust. So you win. So you're up $2,000 now.
Hey.
Back to 1,000 a hand.
No.
What you mean?
No. 500. Because, bro, last time I lost money really quick.
Yeah. I was telling you, I was playing Hold'em in the office today, which is like a form of poker, but we were doing it face up. So like in poker, you try to like play the other person. In this one, it's just like we're just playing it face up.
Right.
I was down like 14 grand to Jacob and Logan.
Oh.
And I did the same thing I'm doing to you. I just convinced them to start betting bigger. Hit like 3 in a row. They walked out of there even. I didn't lose a single dollar.
No way.
They gave up 14 G's this morning.
No way. How are you down, bro?
Hey, bro, gambling. So 1,000 a hand right here though.
Fit 500.
$2,000. Why not go all in?
No, 500.
500.
You just told me your tricks.
Ace.
An ace is a 1 or a 3.
Exactly. So you got 3 or 13 versus my 9.
I have 3 or 13.
Yeah. Because it's a 1 or an 11.
Okay. So I probably hit on that.
Exactly. It's a free
Can't
hit.
you double though?
So now you got 13. You don't want to double a 3 or 13 versus a 9. But now you have 13. And you're assuming that I have a 10. So you're assuming I have 19 and you're down 13. And I don't have to hit. So there's no, you know what I'm saying? So you hit that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's right.
17.
Ooh, stay.
16.
Bust.
Too many. 2,500.
Hey.
Now we can do it. Now we can do a band.
Nah.
It's cheesing me.
Hey, cause look. Look. You know, I gotta hit here. You know what I mean? So you got the boys going crazy.
Oh yeah, Discord's jumping right now.
It is jumping.
I haven't actually seen it, but
Legacy to the moon, they saying.
oh, that's you guys. You guys are jumping right now. Neve smacked one. I don't know, bro. We've been doing like 250 G's a day. We've been ripping.
Hey, must be the money. Fire.
All right, this is our last hand. We're gonna play go all in for 2,500. You either walk out of here with 0 or you walk out of here with 5, and then we're gonna rip this last 20 minutes of the pod and get out of here.
Okay.
All right?
All right. So what are we playing right now for?
2,500.
This is the last hand.
Yeah. Okay, so you got a 5 or a 15 versus my 2. What do you want to do?
5 or a 15?
Yeah, because you got the ace.
15's a tough number.
But if you hit, let's say you hit and you get anything below a 6 and below, you're good. You just advance. If you get anything higher, you hit a 5.
To be honest, can I double it and make you hit?
You could double it.
But I'm not going to.
No, but that's a decent, not against a 2. 2's a wild card, bro. 2's a real wild card. So that's a scary one to double against, unless you have a 10 or an 11.
If I was doubling against a 5, would it be a
But
better?
you could double that because it's a free hit because you have a 5 or a 15. Just tell me what you want to do.
Ooh, a 5 or a 15.
Exactly, so it's a free hit. No matter what, you can't bust. You get a free card here.
I'll stick with this.
You want to stand?
Stand.
All right. 12. You motherfucker.
Merch.
22.
Oh.
So, but if you would have hit, you'd have had a 15, which you probably would have stayed on, and I'd had 6 out of 18.
So you would have beat me.
That's the dumbest hand ever to stay on, bro. Fuck. All right. Whatever. Quick little $5,000. That pays for one of the dinners you like to go to.
You
got refined tastes. You like to go to expensive dinners. So that pays for one of your dinners.
Hey, and I started going to the expensive dinners because, we started making a lot of money. You see a lot of the boys doing it. So
Maple and Ash, though.
Maple and Ash. It's fun.
Those love pillows.
Nah. And especially like, I never was able to do that shit, 2-3 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago. I was,
especially not like $3-4 grand a dinner.
No.
Here's the other thing as well. One cool thing about having money, you could have gone, right? You maybe even could have taken a girl for a quick little $800, $1,000 dinner.
Right.
You would have never been able to sit down at a table with all of your people and afford it. Now you can take the people with you.
Absolutely.
And that's the best part.
And like that was like the biggest like change for me is because like, bro, you would have asked me 4 or 5 months ago if I would have deposited what I deposited or been able to like go out to these dinners and do these things and do these incentives and stuff. I would have never ever I would have set up.
You hate spending money.
Hate it, bro.
You're better. You're getting way better at it.
A little bit. But like when I spend money, I get like sick to my stomach because I was always taught to save.
It doesn't do anything for you though. Here's the thing: is what's the most amount of money you ever saved in a month?
Probably March, bro.
No, that's before insurance. $5,000. You were stacking $10,000 at a time, maybe.
I was probably stacking like $4 or $5,000. Yeah.
And you had $60,000 saved up.
$60,000 saved up when I came in insurance,
which is fire. How much do you have in your account now, if you don't mind me asking? You don't have to say if you don't want.
Probably like 95, close.
And you know what's 94. Crazy? You spent $30,000. That's more than you spent in a year. You spent that last month and saved more ever in a month than you ever had, and spent double what you've ever spent in a year.
I know. And now, honestly, with this job too, with making more money, I got a little bit more smarter with my finances and like investing and stuff. So I don't even like a lot of my accounts, like I'm not just staring at the dollar amount all the time now. Like I've learned more from people in the office. I've never even told you about this, but people in the office have also taught me a lot of stuff on where to invest my money.
Like who?
Amir has helped me out a lot, and then like
you've been putting in like crypto and stuff.
Yeah, not like crypto, like even just like Chase. Like I mean, like some of the
right bank accounts.
Yeah, the right bank accounts, like to where it's still safe and secure. But no one's ever taught me where to put my money, so I'm learning and making more money. So dope, I like it.
Nah, the office culture in general, man, it's something special.
Absolutely. I enjoy it.
Something special. My favorite part is like when people that have never been there are telling me how it is, and I'm like, you wouldn't understand if you weren't there.
Yeah.
And even for some of the people that are there, they're not really a part of it, and I feel bad for those people because they're missing out. That's like, there's family in there, in every room you go into. You probably have more friends from the office than you ever had. And the best part about it is they're real people. Yeah. I think funny enough, and they're hard to find. I don't know how we've done such a good job finding them. Maybe we've done a good job creating them. But we have some of the most solid, non-backstabbing, real-life people I've ever met in my life in that office. Yeah. And those are hard to find.
100%. I mean, like, even like I said earlier, if I go
when
in
the money's so fucking good and everybody's making money, you don't got to stab anybody in the back for a couple dollars.
Absolutely. Like,
That's the best part about it.
And the trust and everything between teams is fire. It's good. Like, and if there ever is a problem, all it is a conversation. It's
quick combo and it's nipped.
Quick combo and it's done.
Nah, bro, I love it.
I love it.
What I guess we've talked about the past. We've talked about the current. Mm-hmm. What's up with the future? Where do you want to take this? What are you looking to do?
Well, when I first came on to Solar, when I first left Solar and came on here, I specifically told you, Stan, I'm in need of a mentor. Like
have I done a good job?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, bro, the standards for me aren't really high because I've never really had the best mentors. I've always been left to figure it out myself.
Okay.
But like with you've helped me in any questions I ever need, and you not only help me, but you help me handle a lot of stuff with my team, which is very good. So like I respect it and I appreciate it so much. But I told you when I first came on, I was like, I really need a mentor. And I want to be able to replicate that in myself.
You want to be able to give what you needed to other people.
Exactly. Because I know there's so many other people that are in the same spot that need the same thing that I was on my knees basically begging for.
I'm 90% sure I talked about this on the other pod, but we'll rip it again real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny to me, right? How many people, anytime someone's doing something bad, 99% of the time, you know what the response is? I seen somebody else did it, or somebody did it to me, right? And it's such a fucked up way to think because, right, you needed a mentor. Mm-hmm. So imagine all your people that come in, you're not being a mentor to them. Mm-hmm. And then you look at them and you say, well, I never had one, you're going to be okay. Mm-hmm. Like, but then rewind. Mm-hmm. Remember how you felt in those shoes when you had nobody to help you. Did you feel good?
No.
Was it helpful?
No.
So then why would you ever, knowing how it made you feel, why would you ever treat somebody else that way, right? Mm-hmm. If there's like somebody says something to you and you don't like it when they say it, don't go around saying it to other people because everybody feels the same way for the most part. Humans are humans. They got the same. So I'll never understand why when something bad or something goes wrong to somebody or something makes them feel some type of way, why would you ever want to make another human feel that type of way? I just never have wrapped my head around that concept. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that you brought that up.
Absolutely. And I feel like, I mean, that's all I want to be able to, like, obviously main goals. I want to be able to open up my own office one day. I want my,
Bro, you could open an office now.
Right.
You don't need to, though. We got 3 of them things.
Yeah, like, so I'm honestly...
You can start paying a little rent, though. We can up the rent. I can make it feel like you got an office.
I mean, I can't wait, Well, I love Ross. He's helped me out a lot. Like, I actually have a genuine respect for him. It's going to be sad to see him leave.
But it's going to be dope having more space.
It's going to be super cool having more space.
And his business is going to explode. Mm-hmm. Watch. Mm-hmm. Overnight, his production is going to double.
Yeah. And that's just putting his back a little bit more against the wall. He told me that you were kind of like pushing that on him.
The office?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people in the space that can afford it. Mm-hmm. But I think having your own office doesn't matter whether you can afford it or not. Mm-hmm. Can you run it? And I think he's one of the only people that I truly trust to have the nuts to take on that risk, put his name on a lease, and really make something crazy happen there. Yeah. And that's why there's a lot of people in there that are making money, good money, that I could have pushed an office on. He was the only one I went to and really, really pushed it on. Mm-hmm. Because I love him to death. But right now, there's a part of me that feels like he lives, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but I feel like he lives in a little bit of my shadow. Like, a lot of his team's identity is still attached to the Wolfpack. That dude has the skills and the mindset to create his own identity and make everything run through him. And that's what I want to see happen. Like, when he gets his own office, I'm going to go in there a little bit here and there, but ideally, I want the only things that run to just run through me and him. And I want him to run his shit. I want his people to but I want his people to look up to him, not me, because he's a killer, bro. And he deserves all the love and respect in the world.
Absolutely.
So,
and I've never, ever, ever had a problem with Ross.
You don't.
Never.
But if you'd have seen Ross a year ago, not the same guy. There was a lot of learning that went into that,
he's been open about too.
Yeah, dude, no, he used to love setting people on fire.
Yeah.
Now he's gotten a lot better at putting out fires.
Mm-hmm. And he was super open about it, even in some of the meetings that we would run, where he was, taking accountability for the whole leaving thing, coming back, and it shows. It just shows he's humble.
Bro, again, fuck the money, the experiences, and everything like that. It is so good to see how much positive impacts we are having on people's lives and their mindsets, what values we are instilling in people. Even you, think about how much you've changed. You used to be not the nicest person in the world when you came, and some days you're still not, but how much better have you gotten at it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you leave here, whether you stay with me for the rest of your life or not, I know that even when I'm not around, you're going to treat people better, and that's powerful.
Yeah, that's fire, bro. And that's why I like the impact of this industry over any other sales industry I've been in.
Can I tell you something, though? You know where it comes from? I was not a good person. No, not a good person. I'd fuck people over actually, that's such a lie. I think I've always been a good person. But I always had a super big ego and was always putting myself first.
That's how I was when I first came in.
The best feeling in the world was when I started putting other people first and started watching them win.
Mm-hmm. And I need to work on that. But
you're doing an amazing job, though. You're doing an amazing job at working on it. You're trying really hard to push it. So, dude, it's dope to see. We'll get you back on here for another episode, though, bro. We're going to be ripping these. I got a shit ton of sessions. These guys are killing it on the production, so shout out to them. But I think I see them moving around a lot. We might be, running out of time. So.
Yeah.
We've probably been yapping. Let me see what time it is. I think we started ripping at 7:15. Bro, we've been going for an hour and 15 minutes. It's crazy.
Didn't even feel like it either.
It's 8:30 right now. So
didn't even feel like it.
That's going to wrap it up. Episode 3. I appreciate you tuning in. You know the deal. Leave some comments. Leave a little like. Give me to 500 subscribers. We'll rip some cool shit at 500. We'll do some even cooler shit at 5,000. Imagine what the 5,000th podcast is going to be like. So just tune in, subscribe, do the whole deal, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm new to this, but appreciate you guys. Peace.